Hey guys, welcome back to Kuma Style Reviews. What we have here is Revoltech. I don't collect a lot of these, but a Revoltech. The amazing Yamaguchi line. This is their Marvel characters. And this is the 5th in the series, Wolverine. So, pretty cool. As you can see, awesome sculpt. Let's get a measurement here. He is about to the tips of his head, or the tips of his mask, I would say 6 inches, but he's about 5 3/4. That's a more accurate measurement there. So scales really well with Marvel Legends. We'll do a little bit of comparison later. In terms of accessories, variety of heads with different faces, variety of hands. It's got a claw slash. In fact, let's go ahead and just take a break, and I will show you the accessories in a picture. Just taking a look at the sculpt here, which is fantastic. Even though it has the joints, it does a pretty good job of keeping them contained. Alright, and just to knock out some comparisons before we dig into this figure, here is the SH Figuarts Vegeta. This is the new 2.0 one, as well as Marvel Select Juggernaut, Marvel Select Colossus, and Sentinel's 4-inch now Mega Man. So variety of sizes there. It scales to a lot of, I guess, 6-inch scale lines really well because Wolverine's a shorter guy. But there you go. Alright, looking at the articulation, I'm going to start this off. I'm not a Revoltech person because I don't like the Revel joints. I think that they're kind of clunky looking, they're hard to maneuver, etc., etc. That's why I got out of them a while ago. I think that this one handles them phenomenally well, but in general, just not really stuff I'm into. Had a bunch when I first started collecting even Super Robots. I had like the full Gurren Lagann line and stuff like that, but then I kind of got into Figuarts, Super Robot Chigoken, things like that, and just a little bit more higher end lines, different joints and stuff like that made me stray away from those. But here I am with Wolverine, and let's check out what he can do. I know off the bat he looks a lot better than the Figuarts I had back then. I'm talking like 2011, 2012-ish. They looked, the joints are a lot more concealed and things like that, so that's a plus. But looking at the articulation, alright, so the head, single head joint, Revel head joint, or Revel joint right here, but he has an extra piece there that adds a little bit more coverage to it, so he does get a lot of up and down bend. The neck here, I can't see under there. I haven't like tried to take it apart or anything like that. I don't know if that's a Revel joint or not, but it does have its own separation there. Now these pieces right here, these outsides of the chest, they can actually flex in and out. Gives you a little bit more articulation there. Now this is a double Revel joint for the shoulders, so there is a lot of articulation here, but you've got that separation there. I mean, kind of ugly, right? So I think these are more of a photographer type toy than a guy who's gonna play and things like that, because you really got to work with some angles and stuff like that if you're going to get to posing this around. But in terms of his bicep, does have swivel there, but again, you're kind of stuck with that. These shoulder pads, they do move in and out. There's a peg on the back there. Now there's another Revel joint right here, so it does 360, but again, you know, you're dealing with just the kind of ugliness of the joints there, as well as another Revel joint in the wrist. This one isn't too bad. Kind of a small peg. Hides really well underneath the wrist there. Great ab crunch. That's a Revel joint too, but obviously hidden there. Alright. And another joint here. So he's got some swivel. He's got crunch. I mean, it's good. So the thighs are kind of weird. So you've got a ball joint for the thighs themselves, but then the thigh swivel, it's not just a straight cut. It's kind of this roundabout way. So when it comes to like posing the legs and stuff like that, you kind of got to work them around itself. So you got to kind of move the thigh and the thigh swivel independently of each other. Whereas most swivel joints, you know, you kind of just flail the thigh out or give that outward swing. And just to show you guys the swing, I mean, the thigh itself, you see it kind of stops there, but the swivel adds a little bit more. So it swings outwards. So to get his leg a little bit more straight, you have to do the thigh swivel. And that's what I was saying. You kind of got to move them independently of each other to really make it work. Good knee bend. Another Revel joint for the foot, which I actually like because it gives them great ankle tilt and stuff like that as well. And it blends in really well. Like, I really like what they did with the coloring of these Revel joints too. They're dead on with the area that they're in. So, okay. Just getting him into a pose quick. In fact, maybe we'll use the stand or something like that too. All right. And for more poses, pictures, things like that, go ahead, kumastyle.com, the written review. It'll be up at the time this video is posted. So the way to do this, you actually put that part in first, that extra piece in, and then you peg it in. All right. So the cool part about this Wolverine, I like how and I don't have a ton of Wolverine, so if every Wolverine figure looks like this or works like this, hey, more power to them. But you just pop that off, that cover. Then pop the new ones on. Maybe I didn't get the right side there. There we go. I could stand them up straight. That's my bad, not the figure. All right, and for this hand, we'll go with an open. It just pegs in, so easy enough. All right, so if you wanna do like his classic pose there, kind of that Marvel vs. Capcom look. Something like that. Zoom in a bit for you. And using a stand. Now I did tighten the bottom screw here, but overall the stand is great. Alright. Let's do a jumping pose. Put the feet out there. Hide that a bit better. Alright, and again, this has been Kumastyle Reviews. This is the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi series. This is the 5th in the series. Wolverine full written and pictorial review on kumastyle.com. Link will be in the description, as well as this info button right here on the upper right hand corner. Please check it out. One of my best galleries to date. I promise. We've got some Marvel vs. Capcom poses, fight poses with Juggernaut and stuff like that. It's pretty damn cool. But anyway, as for this video, like it, comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I mean, it's free. I will see you next review. Thanks for watching.